And action. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Total Annihilation replay. Today we have got Iggij, N1 Raster, Iggij, versus N1 RVD. So we have the bitter Eastern Euro versus the speed-clicking Irishman on John's Pond, which, as you can tell by the number of demos I've got on this channel with that map, this is a pretty popular map that is played 2v2 and 1 versus 1. In this particular one here, we've got the two clanmates deciding to go for a ladder match. This particular one was played in 2006. So originally in the battle room, Iggij had said, "Good luck and have fun." RVD said, "Good luck and have fun," to which Iggij responds, "I don't need luck on here." So anyway, wind is good here. I'll go ahead and get that going. And RVD is walking two mexes, and so is Iggij. RVD being a little brave here and counting on the fact that Iggij's not going air. Because this is quite a long walk. Bombers can come out pretty quickly. Usually, if you're just playing by yourself, I want to say a fast single bomber in this one, usually 130 to 140, you can have it on its way. So about the time you get the factory up here, so it would be showing up, and they wouldn't have any defense ready. But they're both going to get away with it. RVD says, "What do you reckon I'm going?" RVD says, Iggij says, "I don't know." Vehicle, question mark. And he has guessed correctly. RVD says, yes. So now Iggij doesn't know whether or not he can trust it. Iggij says, probably the best choice. I know Tip and I had some back and forth on this about the best way to actually play this. There's certain ways to do it. RVD says, air I like on Gods of War. It's best if you get wind, but he says he needs things to fall right now. You can see he has pushed out 3 construction vehicles, reclaimed his vehicle plant, and he has gotten in the water, and he's in the water just a little over 330, and he's already pushing out that first skeeter. Iggij's a little bit behind, even though he's gone a similar start, because he stops to push out these 2 defenders here in case RVD was air. RVD is just now only dropping his missile towers. RVD coming up, you see he sets these Ulaks on fire, making them from being worth 50 metal to being worth 0 metal and just 50 energy. After his arson, he is running away. Iggij is chasing with his own skeets. See if he can tag an extra one and get ahead of it. And it looks like all he ends up doing is leaving a little extra metal for RVD. Not the best move by Iggij there right now, so advantage team RVD. RVD is still dropping missile towers. I don't know exactly why he's doing that, so this is actually going to give Iggij the advantage, other than actually this will act as shore defense if he's worried about Iggij getting the lead. And that skeeter finally goes down, but Iggij takes a little bit more damage in exchange for it. Now, the skeeter war on this is really important because the majority of the mexes are targetable by the skeeter's missiles from the sea. And Iggij has started his wind farm. Iggij with 2 cons out now. RVD 2 cons out. So they're both relatively even here. I gotta find where the resource bars was left. There it is. RVD realizes he's got the skeet advantage at this point. So he doesn't want to press it and call 2 toasts to the shore in case Iggij has done the same thing he does, where he drops a few missile towers. That'll give him the skeet advantage, or really the weapon advantage, because then those missile towers will be shooting out. And then also you end up depositing all of this lovely wreckage on your opponent's shore. That's not something that you want to do. RVD's dropped his second shipyard at this point using that spare con that he's got. He's also walked back, sorry, he hasn't walked land, but he's used a con to start building his K-bot. So he wants to shift things from skeets to destroyer pelicans a little bit faster. So Iggij comes in for a raid. He's going to try and tag this underwater metal. He doesn't get it in time before RVD swings his skeets back into action. He can't just stay there and shoot. He doesn't want to drop the skeet advantage. Iggij now 3 shipyards to RVD's 2. One of them is guarded by a con. Iggij will start to be able to take the advantage here, and he does. And so this brewery production comes into play. Iggij starts driving him out. RVD says ack. He realizes this is that precious moment there. And Iggij has timed it perfectly, where RVD was going advanced, and he was able to swing in and take advantage of the fact that RVD would be just a little bit behind. Iggij immediately swings in with his construction ship. All he needs to do now is defend this shipyard and maintain numerical skeet advantage, which he's doing with ease. RVD will most likely drop the shipyard. Iggij finds it. This does give RVD a chance to come in and build back up. Smartly, he's actually headed over here to try and take care of that con, because he saw those wrecks going away, and that will actually kind of help him out a little bit. It's going to take Iggij a little bit of time. Iggij, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shipyards, pumping out skeets at this point. RVD only with 2, but again, RVD is planning on shifting things to pelicans. RVD has 1 geo up. Iggij's got 1 geo up too. He's putting up the second. Both of them are just kind of accessing that energy at this point. Iggij clearing RVD off the underwater metal. RVD just trying to avoid Iggij's skeet advantage here. This is a bit of a trap for him, though. Even though he has these missile towers, that's just not enough to overwhelm, to deal with that. Now come the pelicans. And Iggij has stepped on the land here. He feels like he has a secure enough foothold in the sea. He's going to take out that geo too. RVD. Iggij now knows about his bells. See how he thinks he's got a big enough skeet advantage that he's able to just kind of come in and laser them to death. He doesn't hang around. The advantage of having pelicans up in front of your skeets like this is the skeet missiles will go into the water while your skeets are actually shooting his. You can see right there. Also, they damage themselves. RVD's got his first Crusader out. He's got his too. See how this kind of plays like a bigger shore-to-shore with more resources, because the Crusader unit control, which I abbreviate UC, and most people do too, that actually comes into play quite a bit. And Iggij's managed to flip. He's got his pelicans going. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 factories, all producing Crusaders at this point. RVD was reclaiming that, manages to reclaim the con. That works out pretty well from him. He's got these destroyers covered by the pelicans, and so that'll stop these skeets from coming in and getting him. So despite dropping in the skeet category, he has managed to stay in it. RVD, nice job sneaking in. Iggij, nice job sneaking in here, stealing that metal with his con. All right, you can see RVD is out here cleaning up this mess as well. Iggij shows up with his Crusaders. RVD has him outnumbered, though. RVD's got him outnumbered with Pels, too. Nice job by RVD here to turn things around. Iggij says his computer's freezing. Don't know what it is with these these number 1 computers here. One Crusader on the bottom. I believe it was... I don't know whose it was. I think it was RVD's. And here's where all those massive shipyard production is coming into play. Notice how he's targeting a single one at a time. Focus fire. That's the best way to actually deal with it. Good job by RVD right there. Takes out 2. Doesn't lose any of his own. He's got 2 shipyards. Iggij coming in trying to repair these damaged Crusaders. Might be too little too late. He's not able to find the damaged one and shift target. There we go. Iggij sinks one. RVD's happy to trade 1 for 1 at this point. Iggij's pels come out. Nice thing about having these Pel wrecks here for Iggij is you can see how those jam up the ships. Because the ships can't move over them, so they're just kind of getting stuck here. He does not have enough, though. Iggij really turning up the economy, though, with those Moho metal makers. Those are all powered off the wind. Iggij asks metal. RVD says 51 because he's got control of the sea mexes here. Iggij says 56. So Iggij's ahead, but I don't know how much that's going to hold. RVD's not quite able to break into the bay here. Idle con by RVD right there. For shame. And Iggij's just got this economy, though, that he's working on cranking up with his wins. Where it looks like RVD only has... Well, he's got 2 guys going on wins, too. This is a big loss for RVD. It looks like he was driven back. He also didn't really hit the vulnerable shore with his pels. Said he went for the kill, went straight for the kill. That's something RVD always liked to do. And so now there's all these wrecks here that Iggij's going to be able to reclaim. That'll really help him out. Iggij 7,000 ahead in metal at this point. RVD's got the units and the momentum. So I think he's just worried about giving Iggij the breather. And Iggij goes ahead and drops a Guardian. So yeah, this area over here is relatively soft for a Pel attack. No scouting by RVD, and like I said, going straight for the kill. Leaves all of that metal in Iggij's hand. Nice job by Iggij right there to hang on. Oh, RVD going for the kill on the commander right there. Pushes him off the Guardian and tanks one of them. Iggij is probably hurting right there. Half health. Now, because of all these wrecks, he's having trouble getting out of his shipyard cove right there. The harbor's a little bottled up with the wrecks sunk at it. Remember, that was a tactic back in old naval days. If your ship was going to sink, you made sure you ran it aground if it was at the mouth of a harbor to make sure that the other ships didn't get trapped in the harbor. Iggij pushing out. Both Guardians dropped by RVD at this point. Iggij 72 metal, RVD 65. And Iggij with the largest wreck field ever that he is just cleaning up. RVD drops a ship. Iggij dropping yet another one here. It looks like he's got more than enough metal, so he's not even really worried about reclaiming the dead Guardians. Because he's just got all these, all of them right here. Iggij going there. Still RVD trying to clean up the reclaimers. Yeah, and that's something, you know, RVD's still just pushing his numerical advantage here. but I mean, I'm just kind of waiting for Iggij to turn this around, see if he can do it. Again, you can see just all those shipyards cranking out those destroyers. Even though Iggij's dropping him faster, he's replacing him faster. RVD wants a piece of this shipwreck action, but he doesn't get much before his cons are sunk. Two shore batteries now. Aircon goes down. It's good use of the aircon. Aircons are excellent reclaimers. 3 shore batteries now. And the shore batteries are really doing work now, sinking RVD's fleet. RVD not taking advantage of his advance to build a moho, just using regular metal makers. 85 to 73 as far as metal at this point. RVD taking out the reclaiming cons, trying to anyway. He's just building more wins. There he looks like he's building a laser tower. If anything, it'll absorb a few shots for a little bit. Iggij's fleet gets sunk, and you can see how as more and more production comes in, UC kind of goes out the window. Iggij's dropped a second advance. RVD's still on the attack. But you can see how he's slowly but surely pushed his way out of the harbor, securing these wreck fields, cleaning up the back of it. That's the nice thing about Total Annihilation. Every inch of ground that you gain is going to be worth something because of the way the wrecks work. And Iggij's going sub-rating. It's actually really going to hurt RVD's production. Iggij at 110 now, and he's going Hawks. Destroyers are not good at taking care of Hawks. RVD blasts the lab out of the water. But he's back in range of shore batteries. And Iggij's production has finally turned around. He now has more Crusaders than RVD. RVD reclaiming, trying to get his piece of the action down here. Iggij really wants to make a game of it. In come the Dirty Birds. RVD might know what's going on now. RVD says F off. He says you don't deserve to win. Iggij says GG. And RVD surrenders. He knows that that there's no coming back from that right there. All right, good game from Team N1 there. You can see how just, making the right decisions, whether, you go for the raiding or go for the killing, that kind of cost RVD there because, and he was just so close because all he had to do was push Iggij out of the water and everything that Iggij had on the shore there was vulnerable because as soon as you can get into one of these bays, then your destroyers can just hammer everything that's on the shore, and it's too risky to bring your comm out to try and degun them, because then you'll just lose them, and you can't get back in the water. So great job by Iggij to hang on by the skin of his teeth and be able to turn that one around by just cleaning up that giant mess that was left in his harbor. So there you go. You can see the final resources here. Excess metal, probably by both because they were doing so much reclaiming. It was really tough for them to maintain control of that. For shame. But overall, Iggij's superior economy beats out RVD's speed clicking Irish aggression, and the because he didn't get that first round knockout, Iggij takes the game. So hope you guys enjoyed that one. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as degunning the like button as well. And I will catch you for the next replay. Take care. Bye bye.